Welcome and join us on our journey as we interview everyday people and ask them that very question of who am I?
Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I? My name is Keevon Maynard. I am 40 years of age and I am from New Providence, Bahamas. I am an attorney by trade, but I am an entrepreneur by heart. Currently the principal at Western Law Advocates. It's a law firm, and I am the founder of 2 Stories Limited. That includes the 2 Stories Catering and the 2 Story Tours, as well as an app called Search Key, but it's for later. Well, I think part of it has to do with God's plan, really. I initially started out doing a bachelor's in finance at Florida Memorial University in Miami, Florida, and then I converted and I completed a master's in business administration, also at Florida Memorial University. I started working in the commercial banking sector. I did not like it at all. And then I kind of pivoted and I went into private banking, and it was pretty good. And for some strange reason, I got into doing music. I don't know how. Yeah, I used to rap a little bit. I write music and stuff like that. So, yeah, probably wasn't the most idealistic path that I was on. And part of that journey, I decided to apply to law school in London because I actually was using it as a way for me to go to London to do music. So I ended up in London writing music, but I realized I had to complete my studies, my law program. So I applied for a scholarship to the government. I was very afraid when I actually got it. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I just hopped on a flight. I was very terrified when I was on that plane ride to London because I just didn't know what I was going to do. Little money, little resources, and little knowledge of what a law program would be. So I spent 2 years in London and I completed the law program, and I came back home, forgot the whole music thing, and I just kind of focused on law. When I came back home, I then went to China for a year. I did a master's in international relations and a master's in public diplomacy. So I was in China for about a year, and then I came back and I did the whole law thing. 3 masters, 2 bachelors. But real story is I was an underachiever in high school. I was not the best student. I was very slow in being vernacular. I repeated the 9th grade, and I don't know how it happened, but like I say, through the grace of God, I don't know, the way he does things is very surprising. What I could say, I never envisioned myself doing anything that I'm doing now. I used to be an athlete back in the day. I gave that up, life hit, and I realized unless you are a LeBron James or Michael Jordan, the likelihood of that level of success is kind of hard unless you are actually disciplined and actually being focused on doing sports. So unless you're completely focused on that, then I just had to realize, my focus was probably on something a bit more realistic and reachable for me. Never giving up is my biggest accomplishment. Regardless of whatever obstacle came my way, whatever challenge came my way, I never gave up. I always kept my focus on God, and I always recognized the need to pivot when I needed to, as opposed to hanging on to something and it completely dragging me down. I recognized the need for me to pivot, and that is the very most important thing. Recognizing that, as opposed to just giving up on something, just pivot. Do I have regrets? I don't think I do have any regrets. I think everything happened in life for a particular reason, and it only lasts for a season. Regardless of whatever challenges I may have had, whether it be failure or success, I have an appreciation for every single thing that actually went on in my life. And I made a pact with God that regardless of whatever it is, everything that I prayed for, I honestly, really and truly can say that I actually received it. It actually happened, and it's so crazy, it's so funny because I honestly, really and truly could say that I did not expect life to be the way it is now. And that is the best way that I could say that. Regret-wise, I don't have any. I do recognize that whatever decision I make, whether it be good or bad, it goes towards a greater purpose. Well, it's hard to really encourage persons to look to a higher power, which is God. But what I can say is, and I always constantly define my relationship like this, it's like me living in a big city, me walking outside my home, and me just hopping in the cab and God is the cab driver, and I just ask him to take me wherever it is he wants to take me, and I will follow. So I think everything at the end of the day has to do with faith, believing not only in yourself, but actually believing in your relationship with God and having trust. Affirmations. Always stay encouraged, always stay motivated. Anything and everything happens for a reason. A lot of decisions I made back then probably wasn't the best decisions, and I am constantly working on myself. I am not perfect, I am a sinner, and I am constantly working on myself. So what I would say is, buckle down, take life a bit more seriously, and recognize that life is very fast. And at 18 compared to 40, it felt like it was yesterday. So buckle down. If this is in a time capsule, buckle down. I am a very nice person. I am not mean. Like I am very nice. I believe in spreading information, spreading knowledge. I believe that everyone should be successful regardless of wherever it is you are in life. I think that everyone should be successful. And I also feel that God designed everyone to write their own history, to leave a mark on this earth. Unpopular opinion, education is important. What I feel is knowledge is important. You could go to school and have 1,000,001 degrees. I got a couple. It ain't important. I have 5. It ain't important. I think what is more important is knowledge. I think you can learn anything by searching the internet now, and it's just actually working towards whatever it is you want to do. So you actually do not need education, you need knowledge. For me, I think that half of the stuff that I learned, or almost 75% that I've learned from every single degree that I've gotten, I do not remember any of it. So my suggestion would be knowledge is the most important thing. Knowledge will take you anywhere. Knowledge will make you the happiest person ever. Education is great. Use it for travel, use it for experiences, use it for those particular type of things. Use it for building relationships, but knowledge, to get where you want to get in life, knowledge is the very most important thing. Yes, I want everyone to stay encouraged, stay motivated, understand that life is about love, life is about enjoying everything that's around you. Honestly, really and truly, bad things happen to everybody, but it's how you handle those bad things and how you rise from those bad things. Because at the end of every storm, there is a rainbow. Boom. Yeah, I think I procrastinated a lot on a lot of different things. I think for me, whatever I write down, I have a bucket list book. And before my time is up, God's first life, I want to achieve basically almost everything on that list, to whatever extent that I'm permitted to. I think I procrastinate a lot on the basis that I have so much stuff going on that I am not able to get to everything that I would want to get to at the most convenient time. So I have to prioritize those things that are most important at that immediate time in order to fully service my business interest. I would always encourage, and I'd always encourage persons to go to college. Reason being, college teaches you, apart from the actual education aspect of it, it teaches you to have an experience. It teaches you to engage and interact with different persons, different cultures if you go abroad. And I would always recommend and suggest going abroad. Nothing against actually staying home and schooling here in the Bahamas, but if you do have an opportunity to go abroad, it's always best to engage in different cultures. It teaches you a lot. You get to learn a different language. You get to learn how things operate on a global level. You just get to have an experience. And I think that is the best thing for anybody, for them to be able to experience what the world actually has outside of Nassau, Bahamas, because the world is very big. I'm not as active on social media, but you could find me on Instagram and Facebook, Keevon, Keevon Maynard, on Instagram and Facebook. My business is 2-story doors and 2-story catering and Western Law Advocates. The big red bus, or the little red buses.
If you like what you saw, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and join us on our journey as we create more content on our way to getting our first play button.